All right, Drew, if it bleeds, we can kill it.
If you like this video, subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. Nate, you and I got to jump in Predator Hunting Grounds. First of all, thanks to PlayStation for sending us this code. Just to preface this, however, never affects our true opinion of the game. Nate, you and I jumped into the beta when it first launched. We got a good feel of how it was going to be, but now that the game is actually here and in the full release, what do you think about Predator Hunting Grounds?
Okay, buddy, so I'm a long-time fan of Predator and all the movies, and every time that they've ever created a game with this creature, I always have to try it. So moving into this one, dude, I loved it, man. This is an awesome experience. Not a perfect experience,
Nope.
but a really fun time. Illphonics, the creators of this game, the game that they made before this that they're most known for is Friday the 13th, and they did a really good job. Again, that game lacked a little bit of polish, but
Yeah.
it was the gameplay and the essence that really kind of pushed that one forward. And with Predator, the gameplay and everything is also really good, and at the same time, not so good, man.
Well, exactly, yeah. When it comes to horror games and horror movies, I'm not the biggest one on ITG Crew to be covering that stuff, but to jump into Predator, we're a little bit different here. I've got that Evolve feel, so I never jumped into Jason or the Friday the 13th experience, but I jumped into Evolve, where it was 5 hunters versus 1 monster, and it's kind of the same thing here, where you're 4 soldiers hunting down, essentially, objectives, but you're also, in the wake of all that, dealing with the Predator. He's kind of this nuisance that you can either take out or evade long enough that you can jump on the helicopter to bail out after capturing enough of your objectives throughout the gameplay. Now, I thought the rounds were, honestly actually balanced really well. I didn't find my round was too short, which sometimes they were short if you were actually to take out the Predator quick enough, unless you're the Predator
Or
and
you
you're
took out us.
Exactly. Sometimes it goes the other way, because lately we've been jumping in on stream, going in and playing as the soldiers only, but you can jump in as the Predators, and we'll get to how that works in a second. But when you're out there with your friends, and if you have 5 friends, now you can do a private lobby where you're able to battle with all 5 of you. Man, like, there's just so many unique opportunities and experiences with a game like this that you and I have been having a blast at this and powering through, where you climbed, dude, to a level that I wasn't expecting you to go to and make it to so fast.
Yeah, man. So within about a day or so, I ranked up almost 50 levels. I haven't done that in a game in a long time. Call of Duty, any of these kind of multiplayer style games, that requires time, and I put it into that game the other day because I wanted to. The game was so fun, man. You also have a level up system with this game.
Yeah.
So as you progress, you unlock new classes, new weapons. And if you use those weapons, you get to unlock more attachments, so making them more powerful. But
essentially,
while you're leveling up, you're also giving this in-game currency, and with this in-game currency, you can buy cosmetics. And the cosmetics in this game, dude, let's go to this, because they don't charge you a penny for anything, man. There's no way, shape, or form where you can spend money to try and buy any of their cosmetic stuff, which is unusual in a game like this.
Absolutely. There's no store outside of the game itself. You were earning the currency within the game, and then with that currency, you were spending it on cosmetics.
Good job, soldiers. This specimen is in excellent condition. A substantial bonus is being wired to your account.
Now let's get into some of the bugs, because there's a lot of technical issues and lack of polish in the game. The best part is the gunplay. It feels absolutely solid. But if you take a look at my main screen, my main loading screen, I have half the time Predator is supposed to be on screen holding my character. My character looks and is right on screen. And it looks fine, but Predator is not actually there. Predator is this gray box silhouette of a figure, but there's nothing there. And a lot of this stuff kind of translates and goes on within the game itself. There's a lot of bugginess where you'll get AIs just kind of pop right in front of you. You'll get AIs running into
you'll be right
buildings.
beside them.
Oh man,
they're not doing anything.
No, there's a lot of
like,
glitches and jankiness within the game, and you get a lot of that Friday the 13th feel still kind of making its way over into Predator, unfortunately. But the game is fun, and it's the experiences that you get within the game, because every round is going to be different. Now, Nate, you and I mostly played as the soldiers, but once in a while we actually jumped in as the Predator. How does the Predator feel?
Well, man, the Predator, it's a tough one. I think what they did is a spectacular job. There is a massive learning curve, I believe, to using the Predator.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I mostly found myself using the Marine. I like playing as a team and that sort of thing. But as a Predator, the way they've built the maps, man, you can traverse through the trees, and even the way it looks when you're a Marine and you see an invisible Predator, kind of a half-cloaked invisible Predator scouring through, it looks spot on from what the movies used to do. So that's cool. But the Predator gameplay, man, it is a little jank. It's a third-person perspective, so it's different.
Yep.
You have that advantage, which you need because, you know.
Yeah. There's a heavy focus on the parkour element of the Predator and in the trees, and sometimes just to get onto the tree doesn't necessarily connect either. And that's one of those quality of life issues we're experiencing right now with the launch of the game. It's a bit of a struggle for some of this stuff to connect and feel right and smooth and proper at the same time, where you're kind of bouncing around thinking you should land somewhere or connect with the bottom of the tree that allows Predator to climb up the tree, and it just doesn't happen. So
yeah,
you know, it just takes away, because it could be so smooth. When I come from an Assassin's Creed background, where back in the old days, like I'm talking about Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and when the multiplayer launched, you could traverse the entire rooftop of Rome and not hit the ground once, and I could circle and I could loop this thing all day long. But when you're on playing Predator, I feel getting from treetop to branch is a little cumbersome sometimes, and you're not sticking where you want to go. And that, you know, I know it's pretty open, but honestly, if you can get past that part and kind of learn the mechanics of it, I think it's a little bit deeper. And then there's other strategy too, because the more you unlock, the other abilities come in and the perks and all this other stuff. Man, it just elevates some of the Predator gameplay to another level. And then you get guys that people that are out there that are at that stage and they've played a lot of the Predator, and you could feel that they know the Predator and how well it works.
Oh man,
and
when you're just getting picked off one at a time.
Yeah.
And then the cool thing is too, we failed to mention this, is that as a Marine, if you die, you're allowed once throughout the mission to call for reinforcements. So whether one of your friends die or all of them die, the other two die, you can call for reinforcements once to bring them back.
Which is cool.
It is cool, because sometimes you do. I've died within the first few minutes of a game, and sometimes, you know, for these 15 potential minute games, you know, that could kind of suck. But it seems like the people want to bring you back, because working as a team is the key to victory.
5 team members down. Stick to the mission.
Well, Nate, I think Predator Hunting Grounds is a good game, but it's not perfect and needs a lot of polish still. What do you score in this one?
Well, man, unfortunately, the jankiness with the AI and some of the kind of quality of life issues in the game kind of took me out. But all in all, man, it is so fun. You could tell that the creators of this game really know the Predator and understand all the lore behind him. So, dude, this game is getting a 7. This is a must grab. If you're into PvP, pick this one up.
This one is definitely cool. It's unique, and every time that we play, we're always in for something new and exciting. You never quite know because it's never the same gameplay throughout. The mechanics are there and the objectives are there, and those vary from time to time as well. But you never know what's going to happen throughout the match. That either the Predator's going to take you out, you're going to escape, you're going to take out the Predator. There's always something else and exciting to keep you coming back. I'm there with the 7 as well.
Playing as a Marine, traversing the jungle while completing objectives and trying to fight off the Predator is fun and makes communicating and building your team's perks important. Playing as the Predator is tough, but once mastered, you really become the ultimate hunter. The game needs some polish for sure, but IllFonic really knows how to make old movies into amazing games.
Stick to the mission. We're moving out.